Welcome to Art with Viv. I'm Viv, and today I'm going to show you how to make this cute little candy holder ornament for your tree. Now I have a number on this one because I'm using mine as sort of an Advent type calendar, and I just put some nice little kisses in there, but you can put other candy or you can put small toys. It just depends on what you want to do if you're going to use it for an Advent calendar. Otherwise, I would just put the candy in. You're going to need scissors, a hole punch. The tassel is optional. I just put mine on there to be a little fancy. You're going to need some thin ribbon or either some kind of decorative cord and square sheets of Christmas paper. Now I have some beautiful printed paper here that is already in squares. These are 6x6. I got these at Michael's. Some are double-sided, which makes really beautiful ornaments, and some are just printed on one side, which is still okay because you're going to put candy inside, so the inside's not going to be as important, but I really do like the double-sided prints best. So I'm going to show you how to do it. You have your square, and again, you can make these any size. If you want a bigger ornament, you can just use a bigger square. That's all you have to do. The first thing you want to do is go corner to corner so that you have a diagonal fold and you end up with a triangle. Now if you're enjoying this content, please subscribe and hit the like button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. I would really appreciate it. So I've folded it from corner to corner. Now I'm going to turn it and I'm going to fold it corner to corner again so that I actually have an X. I folded it in an X from corner to corner, point to point. And I'm just using one of my clay tools as a bone folder because that's what's on my desk. So now you have corner to corner. It looks almost like a kite. Now you're going to turn it over and you are going to fold it in half long ways. And then turn it and fold it in half long ways again. So we're going to fold it long ways. I'm calling it long ways, but it's really square, but it makes it turn into like a long rectangle. So fold it right in half, and then you're going to turn it again, and you're going to fold it in half again. So fold it in half again on the opposite side. And I'm going to turn this over so you can see what I'm doing, so you can see where all the folds are. So now I've got all the folds in there. And so I've got them corner to corner. And then I've got it in half both ways. So those are all your folds that you'll have. Now you're going to fold it in half. And then you're going to pick those two corners up on either side. This is almost like a little bit of origami. And so you've got those corners tucked in, you have an upside down triangle. And that's exactly what you want. You want an upside down triangle. So there, I'm trying to give you a good view of it. Then I'm folding it in half, and I'm just going to cut a heart shape out of it. Now you want the open ends up and the pointy end down when you do your heart. So you're just going to cut out a heart shape out of that. There you go. Or I should say half of a heart. Then you open it up and you're going to have a full heart. Now you'll see that you have those two little flaps that you folded inward here. These two little flaps right here. And what you want to do is slide them to make those even. Then when you turn it, you'll have a cute little heart on the front. So let me show you that one more time. Those two little flaps on the sides, and then you'll slide those, you'll pinch them together and slide them one on top of the other like that, so that you're overlapping them. So it looks like a heart in the front. Then still holding that down, you want to take your hole punch and punch a hole through all four of those pieces, because there's going to be four since you slid them together. Then open it up and you'll have your holes punched in those two side hearts. That's what I'm going to call them. Now I'm just poking a small hole in the very center of all of those little hearts, in the very center of your cutout. And from the right side, I am going to poke through the loop of that tassel. Now you can use beads, you could string beads and have beads. You can make your own tassel out of yarn. You can use any kind of thing to decorate that you'd like. I just happen to have a tassel right here, so that's what I'm using. But you could also leave it with no tassel or no dangly thing, and it's still just as cute, especially when it's filled up with candy. So this is an optional step. You're going to pull that string through the hole, through the little hole that you've made. Try not to make your hole too big, and then you're going to knot it. Now you can add a dot of hot glue right here if you want to make sure that it doesn't pull back through. But I'm just going to knot this one, and yes, my fingers are so fat, it's hard for me to get this knot going, but I'm going to get it, don't you worry. Okay, now you're going to fold it back up, and you're going to pinch those two heart sides with the holes in them together. And toward the inside, you're going to fold those inward, just like that, and pinch them together, and then slide them on top so that they're stacked on top of each other. Then I'm going to cut a piece of ribbon. You just cut it to whatever size you think that you're going to need. You can make them longer if you want them to hang further down on the tree, or you can make them shorter if you want them to be right up next to the branch. It's up to you. But I'm going to tie a knot in the two ends, the two cut ends. I folded it into a loop, and then I'm just tying the two ends together so that now I have a loop, squeezing my sides together and sliding them into each other so that they're overlapping. Then I'm going to take that loop and I'm going to put it through all four holes, put it through there. And then I'm going to have two loops on each side, and I'm going to take one loop and I'm going to push it through the other loop, just like that, and then pull it tight. And you have your little hanger, and that is just as cute as can be. Now, if you want the pattern for this and step-by-step directions, you might want to join my Patreon. It's patreon.com, Art with Viv. My lowest level is $3, but I do have a free level. You just won't get the pattern for this at the free level. But starting at the $3 and $5 level, you will get the pattern for this and the instructions. So now I've hot glued that together just so that I'll have a more solid surface. And then I'm just going to take this gold cutout number and I'm going to hot glue it onto the front. Now this is so that I can have an Advent type calendar with it. This is totally optional, just like the tassel is up to you. You can leave it with or without. It'd be just as cute. But since I'm trying to make mine into an Advent calendar, I'm putting numbers on the front of mine. You could also use stickers for the numbers instead of the little cutouts. You could actually use a gold marker and mark your, paint your own numbers on there. You can cut out construction paper and and glue those on there. It's totally up to you. I'm just using what I have on hand. But yeah, you can just get as creative as you want to. Then you can fill it up with some candy. I've got chocolate kisses for mine. And here is the 1 and the 2. So I've gotten those started. And then you would just, of course, do all through 25. And there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this. And this is a little tree. I suggest putting these on a bigger tree. This tree is a little bit small for this, but it's the one that I had handy. So you can see all of the ones that I made and put on my little tree. Now all of them didn't have numbers, but that's just because I haven't put them on there yet. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will put a link to my Patreon in the description below. Thanks everybody, and have a Merry Christmas.